Brawl Stars has a wide variety of brawlers that each use different techniques, but some of them are definitely harder to play than others. These are the 8 that I think have the highest skill in Brawl Stars. At number 8, I have Colt. Colt has a very long unload speed, making it so you need to commit to wherever you're shooting. So if you shoot in the wrong direction, you're stuck. Now the best way to play Colt is to strafe with your opponent to ensure you hit as many shots as possible, and this concept is pretty hard to learn and to apply in game. Colt also does not have a lot of health. However, he's not higher because his reload speed gear makes it so you can spam him more. At number 7, I have Sprout. Sprout's shots are difficult to hit if he's not at max range. His super is also hard to use, and you need a high IQ to use it to push assassin brawlers away and to give your team an advantage. However, Sprout isn't higher because if you bounce his shots off walls and stay near your max range, he's not as hard to hit shots with. He doesn't need to strafe that much because he's usually hiding behind walls. Number 6 is Melody. If Melody isn't being used as a heist monkey, she can be very hard to play. Due to her recent nerfs, her HP is low and her shield doesn't have as much health as it used to be, making it so you need to really dash with precision when you're deciding how to go in. Now the reason she's not higher is because her shots are easily auto-aimed, so it's easy to charge her super. Number 5 is Gray. Now Gray's shots are very slow and more importantly very thin, which is a hard thing to get used to. Figuring out how to use Gray's teleport super is super hard, especially when you're trying to pair it with to make text with his gadget.
Number 4 is Hank. Now Hank is really hard to play because you can only play him with your left hand.
Next I have Nani. Nani is very thin and unique projectiles that can be hard to get used to. Nani, you also have to aim not only in the y-axis, but in the x-axis. So you have to aim in multiple axes, which makes it very hard to aim with. Nani's super is also hard to hit. Also, you gotta stand still while you're using her super, which leaves you vulnerable to opponents. At number 2 is Sam. Now, the hardest part about playing Sam is the resource management with your knuckles. You need a lot of IQ to know when to use your knuckles, where to throw them. Overall, requires a lot of thinking ahead, which makes him a hard brawler to play. At the number 1 spot, I have Max. Now, Max has very low base stats and low damage output. The problem with her projectiles is that you need to hit every single one of them if you want a good damage output. Now, Max also relies on the concept of strafing due to her speed, but that is a hard concept to learn, especially on how to not get hit, but you need to use it to get into the range of other brawlers. Number 4, I can't be laughing when I take my thing on Hank.
It doesn't fucking matter,
Right.
bro.
Number 4, I have Hank. Now, Hank is really hard to play because he shoots a bubble, and bubbles are really easy to pop, and so it takes a lot of skill to not pop his bubble by other brawlers or by herself.